This is Steve Beverly asking for your help. WLJT Channel 11, West Tennessee's home for educational and quality TV since 1968, needs your financial support. We don't sell commercials. Instead, we rely on donations from viewers. Channel 11 is the most local station in all of West Tennessee, bringing you local shows about events, happenings, and issues important to West Tennessee. It's really easy to donate. Go to TNPBS.org. It's quick, easy, and secure. Donate today and show your support for local, educational, and quality television. Channel 11 needs your support today.
It's National Nutrition Month, and today we sat down with a registered dietitian to discuss ways to create a healthier connection with our food. That's coming up. Also, a new non-opioid pain medicine has been approved, why experts believe that's promising news for many patients. Straight ahead in Health Headlines. And finally, your questions about colonoscopies answered.
Our health. Children's health. Senior health. Family health. Healthy eating. Healthy living. This is Channel 11 Checkup with Ginger Rousey from the Jackson-Madison County Regional Health Department.
Hi, I'm Ginger Rousey. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Channel 11 Checkup, a show that focuses on the health of our community. In this show, we'll provide education and resources on health and wellness issues facing West Tennesseans. But first, here are some health headlines. There's a new way for doctors to treat the type of pain people experience following an injury or surgery, and it's one that comes without the serious risks associated with prescription opioids. The Food and Drug Administration recently approved Jernavix, a first-in-its-class medication that works by blocking pain signals in the peripheral nerves before they reach the brain. Opioids, in contrast, work directly in the brain and spinal cord and are considered highly addictive because of their effect on the brain. It's the first new type of pain medication to be approved in more than 2 decades. More than 80 million Americans are prescribed medication for acute pain each year, according to Vertex Pharmaceuticals, the maker of Jernavix, and about half of them receive opioids. In other news, the FDA is accepting public comment on a proposed rule to require the tobacco industry to lower nicotine levels in cigarettes to minimally or non-addictive levels. This proposed action would be one of the most significant in FDA history to curb tobacco use. According to the FDA's estimates, reducing nicotine levels to minimally addictive or non-addictive in cigarettes could prompt 13 million people to quit smoking within the first year. It could also prevent more than 48 million youth and young adults from becoming regular smokers and save 4 million lives by the end of this century. And finally, a proposed new rule for nutrition labels on packaged food and drinks could help people make healthier choices at a glance. Under the proposed rule, which shoppers could see as early as 2028, food manufacturers would be required to display levels of saturated fat, sodium, and added sugar on the front of the packaging, in addition to the standard nutrition labels on the back. Packaged foods in the United States often come with a number of health and nutrition claims, which can make it confusing for consumers to know what's good or bad for them, according to nutrition experts. The idea is that by placing certain nutrition information directly in front of consumers, they'll be more likely to make health-conscious decisions. The FDA's proposed front-of-package label would include the amount of saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars, and whether those amounts are considered low, medium, or high. FDA officials said the label it landed on was backed by science, including a body of research, consumer focus groups, and an agency-led study of nearly 10,000 adults that looked at how people responded to several possible designs. Saturated fat, sodium, and added sugar were chosen as the 3 nutrients because research shows they're leading contributors to chronic disease, including cancer, heart disease, and diabetes.
You want all the information you need to choose foods for yourself and your family. But let's be honest, sometimes you just need to decide quickly. The FDA gets it. That's why we're proposing a front-of-package nutrition info box. Information you need right where you can see it to help you choose foods quickly and easily, so you can grab, glance, and go. Check out our website to learn more.
Wondering if that's healthy? The FDA wants to make it easier for you to make healthier choices at the grocery store. We've updated the definition of the healthy claim that may be used on food packages. The definition includes criteria foods need to meet if manufacturers want to voluntarily claim their product is healthy. The new definition is based on updated nutrition science and emphasizes healthy dietary patterns, which means eating a variety of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lower fat dairy, protein foods, and healthy oils like olive and canola, and limiting drinks and foods with too much saturated fat, sodium, or added sugars. Why update the healthy claim? We want to empower consumers with information that can help them build healthy dietary patterns that can reduce chronic diseases related to diet, which are the leading causes of death and disability in the U.S. And it could lead to more healthy foods in the marketplace if manufacturers choose to produce more products that meet the new definition. We are also working on developing a symbol for healthy to help you easily spot foods that meet the updated definition for the healthy claim. If you want to learn more about healthy dietary patterns and reading nutrition labels, you can visit the FDA website, www.fda.gov.
March is National Nutrition Month, a time to focus on improving our healthful eating habits and making informed food choices. So joining us in our one-on-one checkup is WIC registered dietitian Bonita Webster. Bonnie, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so the theme of National Nutrition Month 2025 is Food Connects Us. So why is it important to create connections to our food?
Well, a lot of our daily activities revolve around food and holidays and celebrations. And so since so much revolves around food, it's really important to have that healthy connection.
Well, absolutely. So you're a registered dietitian with our WIC program, which WIC stands for Women, Infants, and Children, and we'll get into more of that in just a bit. But kind of talk about, as a registered dietitian, how you play a critical role in helping your patients develop a healthy connection to food.
Well, it's our job to help participants realize what are healthier foods and what are healthier options, and guide them in good directions of ways to prepare those foods as well.
Yeah, and that's very important, I imagine, because there is so much noise out there about diets and nutrition. If you're online, you can find 100 different ways to lose weight or get healthy. So is it sometimes hard to know what to eat and what to avoid?
It is, and with all that extra out there, TikTok and everything is going on, it is better to just focus on things that are fresh if you can, when possible. All those things that are on the shelves and prepackaged items have extra chemicals and preservatives and additives, and so when possible, if you can avoid those and buy fresh options, those are going to be the healthier ones.
So sticking with fresh fruits and vegetables, that's kind of an easy thing to remember. What about carbs? Are carbs okay? We've heard for so long, low carb, no carb, but what about carbs by themselves?
So they have different categories of carbohydrates, and so simple carbs are not as good for you as the complex carbs. A lot of things fall into the carb category, and it's actually what your diet is supposed to mainly be comprised of. About 55% of what we eat is supposed to come from carbohydrates, and fruits and some starchy vegetables and milk all fall into that carb category. And so they are healthy, just picking the right ones.
Gotcha.
Everything in moderation.
Yes. So examples of some healthy carbs, I guess, would be fruits, vegetables.
Yes, some of the vegetables are like corn and potatoes, and then, like I said, the fruits and milk options, those are all carbohydrates.
What about fats? Should we avoid fats?
Well, you don't avoid all fats. There are some healthier options for fats as well, but fats are essential for our cell life and brain life and insulation for our body and all of those type things. And so olive oil and avocado oil are better choices, trying to stay away from the saturated fats. Those are the ones that are going to be clogging your arteries and causing the heart disease.
Yeah. So just really kind of a balanced diet. There's nothing flashy or maybe sexy about it, but it's just the regular kind of eat that balanced meal, eat the rainbow, that sort of thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, we'll talk a little bit about what you do specifically with WIC. WIC stands for Women, Infants, and Children. It's an important community resource for healthy foods here in our community. So tell us a little bit about WIC and what WIC does and who you serve.
So WIC does serve the pregnant and postpartum moms, and then also, like you said, the infants and children all the way up until age 5. It is an income-based program, but we provide those nutritional advice from our nutritionists, and we also have healthy packages for all of those.
Okay. So what are the eligibility requirements for participating in WIC?
So it is an income-based program, and if you are eligible for SNAP benefits, then you are also eligible for WIC. We do have a little bit higher rate for WIC, so somebody that doesn't qualify for SNAP benefits might be eligible. It is based on family size, and so the more people in your household, the bigger that you are allowed to have income.
Gotcha. And all this information is on our website, MadisonCountyTN.gov, and you can find those eligibility requirements and where you fall along the continuum there. I think something you mentioned earlier was nutritional risk. What is nutritional risk?
So it's anything that puts your body at a higher risk nutritionally. You have certain nutrients that your body has to have and is necessary. Sodium and potassium pumps your heart. And so if you're not getting in the right nutrition, then that might put you at a greater risk for developing different diseases later on in life.
Okay, all right. And this is something that you, when patients come in, you assess them and can tell if they have that risk?
We are assessing patients based on what kind of information that they give us.
Okay.
We're not a doctor's office, and so we don't have any actual records. We're not going to be diagnosing, but based on what information that they give us, then we go from there on telling them you may be lacking in certain things. We do check iron levels for children, and that's something that is really important whenever they're young, and it's helping develop the cognitive ability. And so since it is really necessary, we go over iron with mothers and what foods have iron in them.
Okay. Okay. What exactly is included in the WIC food packages?
So we are giving fruits and vegetables, milk, cheese, cereal, eggs, whole grains. There's a variety of different things that we give, and it's different based on if they are breastfeeding, taking a breastfeeding package versus a pregnant package or a child's package. And we also give infant formula for those who can't breastfeed, and then baby cereal and baby foods in infancy as well.
Wow, so a wide gamut of really healthy foods that could really help if you because we spoke about this, staying on the outside of the grocery aisles and getting those healthy foods, but sometimes they're the more expensive foods.
Yes, absolutely.
And we default to the packaged foods because they're cheaper. So this program really can help purchase those healthy foods that are best for ourselves and our children.
Absolutely.
There's also a special program in the summer, and I think this is kind of a neat program that involves the local farmers market. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yes. During July and August, we provide extra additional vouchers that are about $15 for each month for every person that does qualify for those. It is a first come, first served basis. And so during those months, the participants that we are seeing at that time get offered those if they would like them. And then that helps out our local farmers as well and promotes local business.
Great. So they can take the vouchers to the market and they will accept them there at the market.
Yes.
Okay, that's an awesome program. And I'm sure a lot of the farmers, like you mentioned, appreciate that too.
Yes.
So tell me, how has WIC changed over the years?
Well, we're like any other business. We're always trying to evolve and see how we can better improve our program for our participants, and staying up to date on all the latest nutritional guidelines if things need to be adjusted in certain ways or fashions. And then most recently, they're also trying to incorporate for other ethnicities. And so incorporating other foods that, may be more of Hispanic culture or Indian culture.
And also technology too, because I know WIC has an app now, and there's probably all kinds of other things. I mean, tell us a little bit about that.
So that's something that we are very proud of here lately, and the participants are just in love with the app. It helps keep up with their benefits, and it's able to tell them when their next appointment times are. They're able to scan items at the store, and it tells them if that item is a qualified item and if they can purchase it. And so that's been very helpful.
That sounds like a very helpful tool, because grocery shopping is stressful enough already.
Yes.
So that anything that could help would be great.
Yes.
What's probably like the most common feedback you get from your clients?
Honestly, it is about the WIC app.
Really?
That they are excited that we now have the WIC app, and then it makes the shopping experience so much easier.
Yeah.
We actually have a second app most recently. It is called WIC Smart, and they can go on there and learn a lot of different things. We have different lessons that allow people to learn about different nutritional things as well.
Okay, great. So a lot of education with
Yes.
that too. So, well, this is awesome, great information. And of course, we mentioned our website earlier, MadisonCountyTN.gov, and you can navigate to the health department's page and see WIC, but also they can just call you and talk, right?
Yes. We are a community-based program, so anybody in the community is welcome to give us a call.
And one neat thing about this, and we should have probably mentioned this earlier, but y'all are located away from the health department, actually at a different location.
We are. We are at 589 East College Street, and so we are right across from the juvenile court.
So one number gets the health department and WIC, so same phone number, but just different location. But call that and we can get you in touch. Or stop by and see you, I guess. So
Yes.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. We appreciate you being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Trying to cut down on sodium? It isn't easy with the amount of sodium in our current food supply. That's why FDA is encouraging manufacturers to gradually reduce sodium in packaged and prepared foods. In the meantime, here are some steps you can take. Try to cut back on foods high in sodium. Compare products. Aim to stay under the daily value for sodium. Expand your spice horizons. Check out our consumer update for more information on what FDA is doing and details on the steps you can take.
March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Colorectal cancer is a leading cancer killer in the United States, but it doesn't have to be. Routine screenings for colorectal cancer beginning at age 45 can save lives. Here's how. Colorectal cancer usually starts from precancerous polyps in the colon or rectum. Over time, some polyps can turn into cancer. Screening tests can find precancerous polyps so they can be removed before they turn into cancer. Screening tests can also find colorectal cancer early when treatment works best. There are several different types of screening tests, but you may be most familiar with a colonoscopy. People may be uncomfortable thinking or talking about colonoscopies. So in this segment from the CDC titled Strangers with Colons, all your awkward colonoscopy questions are answered.
Bryce.
Rockman.
Rockman, nice to meet you, man.
Good to meet you, man.
How's it going?
Nice ink, brother.
Thanks, man.
Yes,
Nice sweater.
sir. Thank you.
Oh,
It's here.
yeah. It's time to do this, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
I'm as ready as I was when I had the colonoscopy.
I totally agree with that one.
But it was something that was necessary, man.
For sure. So tell me why you got a colonoscopy.
It was important. There's a family history that came with not colon cancer, but other types of cancer.
It's funny because, like, I was waiting for my doctor to tell me, like, it's time to get a colonoscopy.
Really?
Right? Never happened. So finally, at 50, I was like, is it time? Do I get one? So I pushed it. Did you try any other types of screenings before the colonoscopy?
Of course, I did the at-home test. It was clear, but the doctor said, look, those are good,
Right.
but we need to go up there.
Right.
We need to see what's up there.
Get that camera up there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Tell me about your prep.
It was a DOD, day of defecation.
Yeah.
Because that's what I did all day.
That's a
I
good way
was
to put it.
there just going and going and going.
Yeah, DOD for sure.
Yeah, man.
Man, mine was terrible.
Really?
Yeah, like I felt like every time I moved, I
Had to go.
poop my pants. Literally, I would like turn to like change the TV. I was like, oh man, now I gotta go change my pants again.
So, did your doctor discuss your results with you immediately after? And
They did talk to me about my results right after.
this is immediately after the procedure.
It was like when I woke up, they told me before I left the hospital. The nurses were all super nice, friendly, laughed. They were like, oh, do you need a wet towel? You know,
A wet towel?
yeah, to like clean myself up, because like there was a camera up there.
I did not get the wet towel.
That was a nice warm wet towel.
What was the biggest lesson after all this? Just curious.
I'm the owner of my own health because no one told me.
Yeah.
So I had to find out.
Especially as guys, I'm glad we're having this conversation. We have got to take matters into our own hands,
100%.
right? We're the
Yeah.
CEO of our bodies, so we got to take those matters in our hands.
Cool.
I enjoyed this, man.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you
Have
so
a good
much,
one.
Bryce.
Bye, man.
You too, man.
All right, have a
Take
good
care of
one.
yourself.
See
All
ya.
right.
At WIC, we're all about healthy starts. Whether it's healthy starts to pregnancies or healthy starts to childhood, WIC provides healthy food and many other benefits to qualifying pregnant, postpartum, and breastfeeding women, as well as infants and children up to age 5. To learn if you are eligible for WIC benefits, call the Jackson-Madison County Regional Health Department at 731-423-3020. Healthy starts here at WIC. Call today.
Recipes brought to you from the Woman, Infant, and Children program. Today we are making chicken fajitas. Start with your seasonings. 1 teaspoon chili powder, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon ground cumin, 1 teaspoon oregano, 1 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon pepper. You could also use a store-bought mix. If you cook a lot and keep these spices on hand, you'll save money making your own mix. If you don't cook a lot, it may be cheaper to buy a mix, and that's okay. Next, slice half an onion, 1 large bell pepper, and 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Toss chicken in seasoning. Heat 1 tablespoon of oil in your pan. Add all sliced ingredients and cook for 10 minutes. Finally, serve it on a tortilla with your favorite toppings. For more budget-friendly recipes, visit the Jackson-Madison County Health Department website.
Snack time is a favorite phrase for kids, but as parents, we often struggle to satisfy a hungry belly while also meeting kids' nutrient needs. Choosing a variety of foods from all of the food groups will give them the energy they need between meals. Experts say it helps to plan and portion out snacks in advance. Kids will usually only need 2 or 3 snacks daily, and these should be provided at least 1 to 2 hours before meals. It is recommended that snacks, as well as meals, be eaten in an area without distractions, so avoid snacking while watching TV or when using other electronic devices. Better yet, let the kids help prepare the healthy snacks. If you need a kid-friendly recipe, WIC dietitian Morgan Laster has a frozen sweet treat that kids can make. As a bonus, all the ingredients can be purchased with WIC funds.
Frozen banana cereal pops. For this recipe, you'll need the following ingredients: 4 bananas, 2 cups of cereal, Greek yogurt, or peanut butter, and some wooden popsicle sticks. Peel and slice bananas in half. Insert popsicle sticks through cut sides of bananas. Dip bananas in yogurt or peanut butter and roll in cereal to coat. Then transfer to a baking sheet and place in a freezer until firm. Enjoy a sweet treat. This recipe from Morgan Laster, registered dietitian with WIC.
Before we leave, a few reminders from our show. Remember, all adults over age 45 should be screened for colorectal cancer. Several different screening tests can be used to find polyps or colorectal cancer. Talk to your healthcare provider about which tests are right for you and how often you should be screened. Pregnant, postpartum, and breastfeeding women and children under the age of 5 could be eligible for WIC supplemental food benefits. Visit our website at madisoncountytn.gov or give us a call at 731-423-3020 to determine your eligibility. Those still in need of a COVID vaccine can call our office to schedule an appointment. The health department does not do COVID testing, but if you need COVID tests, each household can order 4 free COVID tests by going to covidtest.gov. They will be shipped directly to your house. Remember, health educators offer free classes for kids and adults that cover important health issues. If you would like to schedule a class for your group, or if you just need information or resources, reach out to the Health Promotions team by calling the Health Department at 731-423-3020. And don't forget, if you have questions about public health matters or services offered at the Health Department, we'd like to hear from you. Send us your questions and we'll get them answered in our Checkup Q&A. That email is 11checkup@westtennesseepbs.org. We do want to thank Benita Webster with the Madison County WIC program for being with us. And we want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Channel 11 Checkup. Thanks for checking in with us. I'm Ginger Rousey, and we'll check in next time.
The program you've been watching was made possible through the generous financial support of West Tennessee PBS viewers like you. Please visit westtnpbs.org and make a donation today so that we can continue to make local programs like this possible. Thank you.